loves, it's Simply Obsessed, and welcome to today's video, which is another tiny home. So this is my third tiny house in a row, and I hope you guys aren't getting sick of seeing tiny houses, but I'm having so much fun with the tiny living stuff pack. I love the creative challenge of trying to create a fully functional home in an itty bitty amount of space. I am going to come up with another tiny house for you guys, and then I have an apartment renovation, and then I'll go back into let's plays and all that. But I'm just having so much fun with this stuff pack, and I want to share my creations with you guys. But I promise you are going to see some let's plays and creative sims and all that soon. It's not all going to be tiny houses forever, I assure you. But let's see here. So today I have a micro house, which is a tier 1 house. That means that this home is 32 tiles or less. If you're making a tier 1 house, the house has to be 32 tiles or less. This house is exactly 32 tiles, and my goodness, it's such a small amount of space, but I made it work. Everything in this house is fully functional. This home has been play tested, so your sims will be able to use the bed, the refrigerator, the sink, the shower. Everything in this home is able to be used without any issues. If you want to add this home to your gameplay, I'll leave a link in the description box below. I'll leave a link that takes you directly to this gallery posting in the description box below. This home is called a micro starter because it's a micro home, and it's priced at exactly 21,816 simoleons, which is that's starter home pricing. I like to have starter homes 20,000 or less, but almost at 22,000, I think that's still in the starter home price range. This home has a fully functional kitchen. It has a nice little bathroom, and it doesn't have an actual bedroom. It's more like a studio type of home setup. So there's the Murphy bed that you fold up and it becomes a sofa. So you got like the Murphy bed couch situation going on. I love the setup of this house. I especially love the backyard. I added a little gardening area because I imagine the sim living here loving to garden, and they want to be a beekeeper and grow their own fruits and vegetables and harvest their own honey. So I paid a lot of attention to the backyard. The interior of the house has a office area, but that's it as far as outside needs. So when I say outside needs, I mean you need a bathroom, you need a kitchen, you need a place to sleep. You don't necessarily need an office space, but that's one thing that I wanted to include inside this house, and you guys will see that a little later. For this build, I did something I don't usually do. A lot of times I will build the exterior of the house, work on the layout and the furnishing, and then go out and work on the landscaping and the backyard and all that. But this time I worked on the landscaping and backyard first, and then I hopped into the house and did the layout and the furnishing and all that. And I'm really proud of the landscaping for this house. Landscaping is not something I'm very good at, but I've been watching a lot of videos. I've been scrolling through Instagram and Twitter and going on Pinterest and getting some ideas, and I think I'm getting a little bit better. I'm nowhere near where I would like to be, but I think I'm a lot better than I was before. Yeah, because I have some houses in the gallery that I'm just like, there's not a single tree, there's not a single flower or anything, and I look at this house and I'm like, wow, you've come a long way. So I'm pretty proud of the landscaping for this house. I did include a clothesline in the backyard, but there is no washer and dryer. I use the wash bucket, so if your sims want to wash their clothes, they have to wash them outside. I didn't use a washer and dryer because there was just absolutely no space whatsoever, and I added the clothesline before I even thought about adding a washer and dryer, to be honest. I just thought it would look really cute in the backyard, and then I was like, hey, this is out there, it has to serve a purpose. So I went ahead and placed the little wash bucket for your clothes next to the clothesline. fine. This place does have a hamper. The hamper is not in the bathroom like I wanted. There was no room, so I stuck it next to the little office area. There's a dresser, a hamper, and a full-length mirror in between the office area and the bathroom door. So there is a hamper. I had to make sure that I threw that in there because for a minute I totally forgot about needing a hamper, and the bathroom is just so small it wouldn't fit in there. So I created a little corner with the dresser, the hamper, and the full-size mirror. When it came to creating the kitchen space, I did run into a little bit of trouble. The mini fridge that I use, I didn't like how it looked just sitting there. I wanted it to look a little fancy, so I got the idea to place it inside a cabinet so that way it would just look a little fancier. But when I play tested the house, I realized that it wouldn't work, so I had to take it out of the cabinet and just have it sitting there, which isn't really too bad. It was just me being really picky and wanting to do something different, but it turns out that idea wasn't functional, so I had to get rid of that. I did go ahead and play test everything, so everything is good to go. You don't really need any cheats or anything for this house to function. I was told that enable moved objects on isn't a cheat that needs to be on if that's the only cheat you used for a build, and that's the only cheat I use, just move objects on. So if you don't enable that cheat, you should be fine. If you want to play it safe, go ahead and enable it, but this house has been play tested, everything works perfectly, and you shouldn't run into any issues whatsoever. I was just super disappointed about having to have that fridge just stand alone without it being tucked in the little cabinet because it looks so cute, and I really wanted to use it because it just looks so different. I've never done that before, but unfortunately it doesn't function like that. I would totally love to have a mini fridge that could be placed in a cabinet so that way it looks a little fancier. Maybe that's something that'll happen in an update. I'm not sure if that's a priority for the Sims team, but that would be a nice little something to have. Now here you see me working on is it the office area yet? I think I start working on the office area right here. That dresser that you see, I stick in the corner between the bathroom and the desk. That's where I have the laundry basket. I throw in a full-length mirror so your Sims can see what they look like before they head on out. I think a full-length mirror is a necessity. You can't just have a mirror that doesn't allow you to see what your outfit looks like. I mean, maybe it's just a personal thing. Like I have to have a full-length mirror in all my houses. I don't do it all the time, but I try my hardest to include one because it doesn't make sense for your Sim to get dressed and then head out without, taking a look at what they look like from head to toe before they head out. I don't know, it's just a me thing, but I always like to include a full-length mirror. I throw in some little bits and pieces of decor, not a lot. There's a clock over the desk. I use the little pencil jar with the scissors in it that's on the desk. I use the Lindsay speaker. I put that on the desk as well. I did that because I did not use a 3-in-1 in this build, so I didn't use a TV that has the TV, the bookshelf, and the radio. So I made sure to include the Lindsay speaker on the computer desk so your Sims could listen to music. This is my first time working with Tiny Living and opting to not use the whole 3-in-1 setup. It's a fun setup, but for this space it would look weird and it would just bother me. I couldn't find the perfect placement for one of the 3-in-1 items. So you have a TV, you have the Lindsay speaker, and then on the little table that the TV is sitting on, there's some decor books that also function as a bookshelf. And yeah, it looks like we're at the end of the speed build video. Went by kind of fast. But I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you want to add this house to your gameplay, just check out the description box below. You'll find a link that will take you directly to the gallery posting. And before I go, I just want you all to know that I love and appreciate each and every one of you. And if you're new here and like what you see, be sure to hit that subscribe button and tap the bell to receive upload notifications for my future uploads. And yeah, I love you all. I hope you all have an amazing, spectacular day, and I will talk to you beautiful people in my next video. Bye guys.